we are here. Crypt creatures doing creepy hands. Okay. Hi guys, my name's Anne. This is the Creatures show, which is a homebrew 5e D&D game. And yeah, DM'd by me. You can find me at Dusty Wings Illustration on Instagram. Otherwise, Ekans the BP if you're interested in pet stuff and fish care, that kind of thing. Otherwise, I also have my own channel. It's Twitch at MZDusty. And I do stream every weekend The Search for Planet is Odd, which is a sci-fi homebrew 5e game. Yeah, we've got a couple announcements today. A couple of lot. I do want to shout out Griffin Co. They're fucking awesome. They've been our sponsors for a long time. If you go to their website, you can type in Fabled42 for 22% off of your purchase. We also want to shout out Underground Oracle. They create 5th edition resources for both sides of the screen at undergroundoracle.com. Nine Rails Gaming as well. They have they use all natural woods for their products, and just a bunch of awesome freaking gaming accessories. Also Fabled42 to get 10% off their site, and that's ninerealmsgaming.com. Critical Dice, of course, is a dice subscription service and other awesome shit like custom graphic tees. And Jason is one of the players on this channel and is fucking awesome dude. Yeah, so... And the rest of the announcements I'll save for the break because it's a lot. But we do have a dice giveaway, 2 of them each game or each day. So our first one is starting right now. So enter !critical to enter the giveaway, and we're going to announce a winner during our break, and then start a new giveaway, which will announce the winner of that one at the end of the show. It's for a set of critical dice. But yeah, we're gonna move on and introduce all the homies. Lander, what's up, dude?
Yo, yo, it's me. I make art and wish I had more money to buy cardboard. Other than that, well, I mean, you can find me at Sticky Butter on Instagram or ArtStation. I don't post often, but when I do, it looks dope. And who's next? I can't see the screen.
Dutch.
Sweet.
Oh boy. I'm Dutch, aka Calling Hours on Instagram and on Twitch as well. Don't find me. Don't look for me. There's nothing to know. And with that, I will pass it off to who's up. Let's give it to
Toddle or Fancy?
Fancy. Take it away.
Hello. You can find me everywhere at Grey Wolf. I don't do anything particularly artistic other than this and gallivanting around Boston. So, find me anywhere, that's what you're going to get.
Follow either of our Instagrams for cute breakfast photos on Saturday when I go to Boston.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Just follow us to see our cute date on Saturday morning. Perfect. And Toddle.
My name's Mackenzie. I go by MSCOT or Mascot on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Yes, I'm playing as Tuttle, the Rock Gnome Artificer, and our crew is awaiting some interesting things this round. So what are you going to throw us into, DM?
A whole bunch of bullshit. There's a lot happening right now. Looks like...
There's some strange shit afoot.
Yeah, so this crew was just going to use this town as kind of a stopping or a resting point before their eventual voyage into the large city that's a couple hundred miles ahead of them. However, they're pulled in by this little shrewd old woman who actually has a whole lot of gusto and a real it looks like the townspeople really admire this woman and kind of follow her and dote on her everywhere she goes. And she's trying to ask for help from these travelers because it looks like they have a murderer on their hands. Someone's been picking off their villagers every night, and it's gotten worse since the full moon has started. And in my world, and in this area, the full moon lasts as long as a month. And there's a lot of shit that goes down in these woods. And so these villagers are thinning out, and they are desperate for help. Everyone who's tried to help them has perished from this creature. It's tempting what she's offering to take on this creature, but for now they're kind of chilling, taking advantage of their break in this town and loading up on some supplies. After eventually deciding, yeah, I guess we'll do it, looks like there was another attack. And we did leave our adventurers off in separate ways. It looks like Lander was just at the weaponsmith and just leaving the hut where he was and just meeting eyes with Fancy, who was also looking through herbs. Dutch is still in the tavern, I believe, and Toddle was in the armory. And the dark elf who was helping Toddle in the armory looks like was the first person to kind of notice something afoot, and then she left the armory. And so far, that's where we're at. Looks like the townspeople, there's a couple of people kind of rushing about away from the cemetery, which is located behind this giant church and chapel, kind of at the end of this main road. And yeah, people are just kind of running from something. Otherwise, you don't really hear anything else. When Dutch leaves the tavern, he does notice his crow friend return and whisper to him that the creature is here. And we'll start there. Dutch, after you hear this from your crow friend, what do you say? What do you do?
Oh man. So having stepped out of the tavern, I'm gonna haul my ass over to our armorer and see if she's by any chance done with my super sick goat skull helm.
Well, you burst through the doors and you see Toddle there with a bunch of gadgets and things in his hands, and he kind of just like shoves it into his bag and takes a look at you, but he's the only one in there.
Hey, bud. I don't know if you heard everybody screaming. But checked in with the crow buddy. You know Drac. You remember Drac?
Drac's awesome. We love Drac.
He's the coolest.
Drac, what's going on?
So the shit kind of hit the fan. Whatever it is that we're here to kill, it came and found us. It's here.
All right.
Also, where's the armorer lady? I gave her a bunch of really expensive things.
Armor lady left. Armor lady went out the back. And I totally didn't steal anything.
Fuck. Okay.
That being said, do we have anything silver? DM, would I know that? That's like common knowledge for werewolves, right?
I think you like little tiny bits of things, like the clasps on your bag are silver. There's a couple of chains and stuff that are like attached to some of your gadgets are probably silver.
I was like, we're in an armory. Is there anything like I could like? I know I
silver
rolled
on
a
the
sleight of
walls.
hand.
Oh
yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
she sells like smithy materials as well. Like you can see in the counter, or underneath the counter on display, are just what do you call like different silver casings for welders to like mold with. So literally bricks of silver are sitting there.
Okay.
And random weapons. All the weapons in there are silver or coated in silver.
Can I roll a sleight of hand check and like steal a like dagger or like a needle or something, some sort of weapon that has silver on it?
There's a bunch of daggers. Go ahead and roll a regular d20 and just tell me what you roll, and then roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
I mean, there's no one there to watch you, but roll it anyway.
Normal, just whatever. D20 is 16, and then sleight of hand 9.
9.
Uh-oh.
Okay. There's a couple things you see, but the only thing you're able to pull off that's not attached as strongly is a kind of like a hunter's dagger. Like it's just extra long and a little bit heavy. It's really thick of silver. The attack on that is +4 to hit.
And obviously it has silver damage.
Yeah. It's +4 to hit, and then the damage is 2d6, we'll say.
Thank you, DM.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna basically, I'm assuming there's like all these things on the wall. I'm just gonna like start climbing the wall and swoop it real quick, just because I think it's like the most convenient looking thing to just swoop out real quick. And I'm gonna start going out the door that the shopkeep went out. You coming with me, or are you gonna grab something too?
DM, is there an investigation I could maybe do to see if my see what happened to my super sick Wendigo pelt and goat skull?
Yeah, roll investigation.
Fuck. 10.
That's all right. A 10 or over was what I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. Like, it's not directly out front, but you follow Toddle towards the back. It looks like there's a whole room here where she actually does a lot of the work. And it's like a big factory house, so it's going to take a minute to actually run out here. But you see a bunch of, like, different benches, just sheets of all kinds of different materials everywhere. And you do see the skull and the pelt kind of hanging there on almost a mannequin, as if she was already starting to design it, at least, and it's just draped over there. It looks like she's been working on little leather bits here and there, but by the time this happened, she stopped working. But you see it.
Okay. Am I able to do... Is there any indication that it's been imbued with any kind of magic or power? And also follow up that putting it on without it being finished would then do harm to me?
It looks like...
Is this stuff gonna go off like a half-loaded gun?
Kind of. It looks like the Arcana part of it is already done. But as far as the actual adding to your armor class, it's a little shoddy. It adds only 1 point to your armor class, but with the potential to add 3 points.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it on the mannequin. I am going to look, let's see, I will exit out of the front onto the main road, okay. And I will tell Drac, and see if he can rally everybody up, if he can fly around and grab Silver and grab Lander, and I'll holler at Toddles and say, all right, let's all circle up town center, like near the fountain, at the end of the main road at that big cathedral.
Okay. And yeah, and Drac does do that. He flies over to, and to send a message to everyone else, right? The rest of the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, I zoned out a little bit. Yeah. The closest person to Drac was Fancy. And so Drac, Fancy, you're gonna notice Drac fly over and land on your shoulder and chirp at you.
I assume at this point that I trust this bird enough if the random people I've been traveling with trust this bird, so I will trust this bird. Follow this bird.
And he does. He looks at you, and then he points his beak towards the chapel. And then takes off. Kind of up and out of sight. And he's going to look for Lander. And Lander, where is your character right now?
Well, I ran outside after hitting the blacksmith up. He still has everything except for my new shiny sword, which he was in the middle of silvering when this went down. Thanks for that, Anne.
Yeah. He's still working. These attacks have been happening like every night for the last month. So he's like, whatever, I'm still gonna make my coin.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was like, ooh, big brain. I see where this is going. Let me get this before the rest of the party even knows. I guess, did Lander hear the direction of where the screaming started?
Yeah.
So he's just gonna head in that direction.
Yeah, you're gonna notice people running from behind the chapel. Like, it looks like, and you don't know what's back there. You assume it's something like what the rest of the town is behind this chapel, but it's kind of hidden with the trees. But yeah, you
a chapel, you say? Would they happen to have any fountain at said chapel?
Oh, totally.
Nice.
And yeah, Drac kind of sees you headed that way anyway, and he kind of caws at you as he flies above you. and he circles around to find Toddle. And he does. He swoops down, and Toddle, you exited the back of the place, right? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm right. I went. Yeah, I think I went right outside the door. I don't think I followed Dutch. So yeah.
Yeah, you walked right out the back, and then you'll see, if you look to your left, you'll see the market.
Yes.
And it looks like it's just a bunch of booths. Right now, it's starting to empty because it's a little later in the afternoon. It kind of closes early on this day. And then people are also hearing what's happening and have probably taken off into their homes or into the chapel. But you do see people running through these market benches. It looks like you see these people are coming from where the chapel is, or behind it.
Okay.
Do you head that direction?
I want to go and find Fancy, because I know I can't fight very well, so I want to pass off either Fancy or Lander, and I want to give one of them this silver weapon so that they can go fight, and then I can go try to, like, steal more things or something.
Yeah. In the meantime, Drac is going to find you and land on your shoulder.
Okay, cool. Point your beak in the direction where I can find either Fancy or Lander, please, Drac, if you know.
And he points his beak around just the corner of the building, off to the main street, but towards the chapel.
All right, I'm gonna go in that direction.
All right, so everyone's headed that way, including Dutch. You hear another kind of guttural growl type sound.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And then a crunch. It sounds not
Oh, no.
good. Sounds like
no.
there was some rustling and a little bit of kind of faint screaming, but then it was muffled and then silent. And then you hear more screams and then more people running out from wherever this is. As you both approach the chapel, it's a beautiful building, super impressive. It looks like it's the oldest building here, but it's not used as a chapel anymore, really. There's still a chapel section to it, but it looks like it's a kind of a series of offices almost, or like a living quarters too, and a little bit of an inn. Like there's a couple of just spare rooms in there, and there's a big beautiful fountain right in the front of it, and the statue on this fountain is of a hooded woman that covers pretty much all of her features. That's all you can see from her, but she has an emblem on her chest, and it's the shape of a crescent moon, with some what looks to be symbols inscribed along the moon. As you all meet each other on either side of the fountain. Fancy is the first one to appear with Dutch. Lander swoops in right behind you guys, and then here comes Toddle coming from the other side of the fountain with Drac on his shoulder.
And just to is this confirmed werewolf, or is this suspected werewolf?
Suspected
I think
werewolf.
suspect.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a feeling this might be a werewolf kind of thing. Okay.
I'd assume just because that's what the village elder had said, right? That was kind of the story.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all here. You guys ready to?
I'd assume that silvered weapons just kind of ignore the resistances and do damage anyway, even if they're only can be hit by magical damage most of the time, because rules is written. Sorry, that was my metagame moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like processing things in my brain fully. We're good. I'm trying not to metagame too, but let's go. Let's get it done. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, we should be like, this metagame moment brought to you by Critical Dice.
Yes. Fable, definitely order from them. They're the best discounts. Anyway, but do you guys choose to walk through the chapel or around it?
I asked jokingly about a fountain. Is there legit a fountain at this chapel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill up 2
holy
bottles. Yeah, I'm gonna fill up 2 bottles of water.
Hey.
Yeah, you do.
Wow, sweet.
It's flowing.
I can cast my most powerful spell, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Seeing Lander do this, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my flask with. I'm gonna dump out what's in it and fill it up exclusively with fountain water. on the hopes that this is holy water of some sort, that somebody has blessed this fountain.
And it's fresh water too, so it would also taste pretty good.
Right on.
Refreshing. And cold.
Yeah, I can't wait for Anne to be like, you wasted a spell slot. And I'll be like, what?
Well, I mean, it could happen. Anyway, so, yeah, you're looking up at this chapel door. It's huge. It's shut. And you see people running out from the sides of the building. And it's a good mix of people. There's a couple of orc, some halflings, a couple of humans run out as well. And you even see another tiefling.
Are we to believe that the werewolf is inside of this chapel?
No.
All we know is this is where the screaming came from.
Screaming came from that direction, but people are running from behind the chapel. Which is nothing but trees right now, as far as you guys know.
Ooh. I'm gonna go into the chapel. Is the door open?
It's closed, but it's open. Like, you can open it.
I'm gonna go around the building.
Okay. Fancy and Tommy, who are you going with?
Split the party. Split the party.
No.
Split the party.
Fuck. Hey Lander, do you need anything silver? I on the whim that this is a werewolf, I have a silver hunting dagger.
Lander's gonna do a quick spin of his new shiny sword.
Lit. Okay, Fancy throws kind of does like a really funny little throw at you.
Oh fuck! I have no ammunition. I can't shoot arrows.
Not like a this, but like a underarm.
I can catch it.
Yeah, you definitely got it.
Oh, I can't cast coordinate.
Fancy, roll performance check.
No!
I can catch it. I'm good. Okay, roll up. Who be what? What was that?
Performance check.
Performance?
'Cause I'm a dude.
Here she goes. DM's having fun now.
It's not great.
Fuck.
Performance? You know, for a barbarian, like charisma's not really great, DM. So that's a 3 minus 1.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you.
Oh man.
It's not a 1, so you don't take any damage. But
You're gonna chop my hand off.
it like hits your forearm, like the butt of it, and then just falls to the ground.
Did you just fail at catching a sword?
You know what? It's fine.
Anyway.
It was performance. If it was athletics, it would have been so much better, but it's fine.
So
I feel
Lander's
like
going
if it's a
one way.
weapon, you should get advantage as a barbarian. You have superior weapon handling skill.
I'm thinking about other things, like other things. You know, like I have one track mind, okay? Most of the time, it's food. So,
And when it's not food, it's hitting things.
yeah.
Barbarian way.
I've got a plan.
I'm going with Dutch then. Actually, this will be
That's all I'm
weird,
going to
'cause
say, but I
normally-
will say that I have a plan.
So Lander and Dutch are both going opposite directions of this area. I usually follow Lander, but actually, yeah. I'm gonna the toss to Fancy, and then I'm gonna follow Dutch on the notion of like I have Drac and he can talk to Drac, and that's what's going through Toddle's brain right now. Okay, I got your bird, by the way.
I imagine at this point I'm sort of on the doorway, halfway in the door, halfway out. I'm gonna yell at Lander and say, meet me around the back. Meet me at the back door of the chapel in 10 minutes.
No, with my free hand, do the okay sign.
And
Sweet.
Fancy, where you headed?
I don't know. I am gonna go with the smaller team.
You can jump over
Are
the
you going-
building. I'm just kidding.
Wait, where are you going? You guys are going.
Dutch and
I'm
Toddle are
going around
through
from
it.
the outside. They're going through from the building.
Oh, okay. You're not going over it. You're just going around.
No, I'm going
Okay.
around.
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
DM said fly over it. I was like, that is
It's the only
hard for
direction
me.
not taken so far.
I'll go outside around with Lander.
Okay, so you follow suit. Lander, I
Okay.
say you have you're close to the lining of the chapel and you're headed down. As you get to the back of the building, it's just a line of trees. But if you look through the line of trees, it looks like ahead of you is a huge cemetery. And you do see a couple of other people running kind of through the tombstones, trying to find their way out into downtown. And Fancy, you catch up with Lander, and you notice that it's a cemetery ahead as well. Dutch, as you open the doors to this chapel, you and Toddle and Drac see just really tall ceilings. Looks like there are stairs on either side of you that go up. From what you can tell, just one level. It definitely looks like it could be more, though. Looks like there's almost a loft type area where I guess a choir would sit, but instead it's just a giant piano. Looks like some other musical instruments are up there as well, and it's just lined with tables, and one bigger table than all the rest of them kind of at the end, where the stage would be. But then you do see 2 doors, one on either side of the stage, that exit the chapel.
And is there any indication as to what deity is worshipped here? Is there like an inscription or a name for this place, or
there is?
Who is?
Roll a history check to see how much you know about it.
And I do. Should it be a religion check? I guess it doesn't matter.
Can we both do it?
What am I rolling
yes,
for?
You can know religion or history.
History's better anyway.
Because it's not a place of worship anymore.
Mine's the same. 17.
Wait, I can't math. 16 plus 7. I can't math right now.
That's high. Okay, both very high.
That's high.
You know exactly what this is. It looks like this was a temple for an old dark lord. You see him, and it looks like it's just a suit of... There isn't a statue still there, but it's covered with a blanket. From the outline, though, you can tell that it looks like a really kind of tall, bulky creature. And from how the curtain is kind of draped around this body, it looks like he's wearing a suit of armor. And you assume, knowing what happened back in the old ancient war, this is the entity that led the Dark Army, which took over the entire Earth, or the entire planet, and won the war for the dark side. So it's a giant evil entity. As far as what you know about him, he's pretty brutal. No one really knows what or where he's come from, but it did come. There's rumors that it came from a different dimension. It's from a different plane than this earthly plane.
So that would make it an aberration?
No. Technically.
Kind of sounds like an aberration, yeah?
Could be.
Okay. Are there any
Okay.
relics remaining? Any kind of like small like altar pieces or anything like that?
Roll investigation.
I will also do that because I am immediately hunting for things to use.
13.
13. What did you get, Toddle?
What are we rolling for?
Investigation. To see what
7 plus
please are
13.
13? Okay.
20. Isn't that 20? Yeah. Not natural 20, but
Dirty 20.
dirty 20.
Okay, so you both are kind of sorting through like either side of the place, looking under tables and such. As far as relics and things like that, it looks like no, not really. It's actually pretty barren. You do notice a couple of silver chalices here and there, though. Some nice.
I'm taking
them. Cool.
I am taking it.
One of the chalices you find then, since you got a dirty 20, does have rubies embedded in them.
Oh, give me that shit.
But otherwise, I mean, no weapons here. It looks like just utensils, like basic living stuff. You do see a pistol. Dutch.
Ooh.
What is this contraption?
Okay. I will.
Very
grab
steampunky pistol.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the pistol.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab.
And you shoot yourself in the chest because you don't know how to hold a gun.
I was gonna say, I know.
Nat 1, it
Probably figure
backfires. You die.
Probably figure out how to use that real quick.
You are missing one lung.
So I'm gonna grab the pistol, and then I'm also going to grab any kind of like silverware, anything that looks like it could be made of silver that I could reasonably carry that's like small. So any forks and knives and things like that.
Yeah, I say you both find about 2 pounds of silver. Toddle has, I would say, 2 chalices, one full of rubies and one just silver chalice, and then you find the pistol. There's also a what looks to be a shelf full of books. Did you want to search through those and see what books are there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we have the time. We just heard a scream.
That's a good point.
I'm not gonna sit and read books. I gotta go. We gotta go.
Have we heard anything about? Have we heard any more screams or anything coming from sort of beyond the chapel or anything like that? Nothing. I'm gonna chance it. I'm gonna take a look at the books. I think my suspicion is that any of the townsfolk who were still there are either dead or they've made it back into town to hunker down.
Well, with that roll, sorry, Lander, what?
Don't roll first.
What am I rolling for?
With that roll, I'm just gonna keep the roll that you had before. You see a couple of random ass recipe books. The ones of significance for you would probably be, looks like there's a book on ancient history, specifically about the war. There's also a book on wood-like spells using herbs. And those are the only 2 books you see that are useful. And then there's one book about like the forest elk who live here.
I'm gonna take the history book and
Lander, you get a inspiration die.
No.
Ooh.
So now that I have the opportunity to do this, first off, when I leveled up, I now have forests as favorite terrain, so the action is gonna be a little different. I'm gonna use Primeval Awareness. As an action, I can expend 1 Ranger spell slot per 1 minute per level, but it's just going to be a level 1 spell slot. Okay. I can sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, undead are present within 1 mile of you or within 6 miles of you if you are in favored terrain. This feature does not reveal the creature's location or number. However, it does tell me what type.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. Well, we're gonna pan over to you then, to the both of you, you and Fancy. As you scale past this chapel, you have one eye on the door. You do notice there are 2 doors, and you guys are waiting by one of the doors for them to come out. But as you scan through the front of this forest and part of the cemetery too, you don't really notice anything. Nothing yet. But yeah, but you do smell blood.
And I don't sense anything
around you right now. No.
Yeah. Cool. So we know it's not any of the things I just listed.
Can I do a perception check just for? Are you not in favored terrain? It's not.
I am. We're in a forest, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this would work in the cemetery because it's in the middle of the forest, and including this village since it's a forest village.
Okay. I want to look for the blacksmith, the armor. There's a lady.
Oh, the dark elf?
Yes. Roll. I'm thinking if she's someone with proficiencies in armor, she might also be.
Roll perception.
13.
13. Okay. I mean, you. She has glowing hands, for God's sakes. She is a sorceress. And you do see what could be her. I would say about like 120 feet out in front of you.
All right. Confirmed. She is not the werewolf. That's good. All right.
Do you guys want to go to her?
I just wanted to see if she was here or not. To see if
She
was
is there. It looks like you can't tell what she's doing. You just see kind of the glow, because it's the same glow she had on the cliff. And you can kind of see a glint of it between the trees. Looks like she's doing something.
I'm going to approach her quietly.
Roll stealth.
+4, 18? Or sorry, 19?
19? Okay. She doesn't notice you're there. Well, does she? No, she doesn't.
Well, I rolled a 4, so...
Well, yeah, she does notice you coming, and does meet eyes with you for a moment as you approach her, but doesn't notice Lander. And as you get closer, Fancy, you just see her face. She looks like she's concerned and she looks a little sad. But as you approach, you notice she's looking down at a mangled body. Completely torn apart, the head is missing. Looks like the torso was ripped open from the side. And the leg is like 3 or 4 feet away from the rest of the body. It's very grisly. And it looks like she's standing there with 3 other citizens. One of them looks to be a relative of the one that was mangled and isn't saying anything, just staring at the body on his knees.
I'm gonna close my eyes and they're gonna open back up and be white, and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You see, what's the radius on that?
I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. I sense magic in a way that I can use your action to see faint aura around any visible creature, object in the area that bears magic, and I learn its school of magic, if any.
Okay.
The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of dirt or wood.
Okay. Hold on, you guys. Let me try to stop sharing the audio. I'm going to see if that helps. Yeah, everyone's voice is loud except mine. Anyway, we'll work on this later. I think this is not user error. I think it's something weird going on between the software. Yeah, you cast Detect Magic. You do notice there's pulsating magic coming from the Dark Elf. It looks like magic coming from one of the citizens as well. It looks like he's also casting something. The magic he's casting, it looks like to be a location spell of some kind. Otherwise, as far as there's one, oh yeah, you're right there, huh? There's one gravestone. It looks like all the gravestones are different shapes and sizes. Some are like in the form of angels, some are like cloaked goddesses, some are just really simple. There's one headstone that looks to be really old, and whatever is beneath that or within its casket is just throbbing with energy and power as well.
I am gonna put that in the memory bank for later.
Okay.
I'm also gonna just do a quick sketch of the tombstone in like a little notepad.
Yeah, it looks like it's fallen apart a little bit, like parts of it are crumbled over, but it's just a regular like square headstone. Alright, and we're gonna pan over to Nate and Mackenzie. aka Dutch Tuttle.
So there are 2 doors out the back of the chapel, correct?
Yeah. Either side.
Real quick, can I look over at Drac and can I hand Drac like one of the silver butter knives? And I'm gonna kind of look at him and be like, you know what to do with this, if the time comes.
And yeah, I mean he takes it with his claw, but he kind of likes it because it's shiny. And he
it's shiny, and that motherfucker knows what to do with it. So
the crow has a knife now, y'all.
My pet bird has a knife. We're fucked.
That bird knows. Trust me. Just don't question it.
What do you have? A knife! Oh!
No! A knife!
I'm gonna exit the building. I roll an invest. Does one door seem better than the other? Is there any indication as to whether I'm gonna fall into a pit if I go through one versus the other?
Nah, they look pretty
Search for traps.
pretty straightforward. You
Alright,
notice
I'm gonna-
based on the direction Lander and Fancy went though, you probably want to go out the left side.
Okay, then I will go out the left side door.
Following.
And then one other question: is there, given the deity that the chapel is for, is it safe to assume, given that it's an evil deity, that it would be potentially aligned with this monster? Like,
Well,
like I could not. None of the like.
roll insight.
Okay. 11. Sorry, 12.
12. Yeah, I mean, it's a wild card. Most of the creatures, like this war happened so long ago, and most creatures are still evil. As far as having connection with this deity in particular, you're not really sure. It could be you. In retrospect, once you notice, what this temple was originally for, it looks to be completely repurposed. The reason why the statue wasn't torn down is a mystery, but as far as any sort of shrine-type materials for this monster, it's not present in this chapel. So you assume that no, but who knows? It's a town full of people.
And is there a name of this deity?
Yes, I have to look it up. I forgot the name of it. It's like something silly, but I probably should change it.
On the fly, Anne. Let's go.
I know. Fuck. What's his name? I didn't make his character sheet there. Oh, Renegan. I think. Yep.
Come again?
Renegan.
Come again?
Renegan.
Oh, Renegade. Got it. Thank you.
Like Naruto.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
Nate.
fuck with you a little bit.
You're so funny. Oh my god.
All right, so I am exited, and I assume I see our Lander and Fancy clear to me. Can I see them?
They've already left through the line of trees. Roll perception. Let's see if you see them or not.
8.
You can't really see them. You assume they
Okay.
went into the there's a cemetery there.
Right on. Hey, Toddles, you want to get out here? I think we need to catch up with Lander and Fancy.
I'm like right behind you.
You-
Just like, yep.
Do you see him out there at all? Can you take a look?
Roll
I have
perception.
no glass. I was gonna say I have no glasses, so
Tunnel puts on his spectacles.
give me a sec. It was investigation. 17.
Yeah, you see her. You see a group of people, including Fancy, because Fancy's, well, yeah, and Lander has horns, so you see them. They're about 100 or so feet in front of you in the cemetery.
What, you mean my purple skin isn't also a dead giveaway?
You guys are also much larger than the two of us. We're
And you're
much
next to a
shorter.
lady who has dark blue skin, so.
All right, Toddles, if you see him, you lead the way, and I'll follow you.
Okay, let's go. Let's start making our way.
All right, we'll make our way over to Fancy and Lander. And
Wait.
do we have a name for the dark elf?
God.
The armorer?
Her name was I'm the-
Nareen.
Narita.
Was.
Thank you.
What do you
I
mean
said
was?
Nadine. It's fine.
Narina's her name.
Sorry, one more time. What was it?
Nareen.
What was that?
Nareen. Okay, got it.
Well, oh my gosh. I just rolled a funny dice for Drac. He's gonna throw the knife from his claw into his beak. And he's gonna have a determined expression. and he's gonna
Yes.
charge. He's gonna charge Noreen with the knife in his beak.
What? No! Jesus
Hold
fucking Christ!
I trust the bird, though.
I
Honestly, the
rolled a
bird's
natural 20.
If the bird's getting bad vibes, then the bird is correct.
Okay,
Why did you give my bird a knife?
because it got me out from when I was in the tree. I figured it would know what to do with the weapon. It literally saved my life.
It's
Yeah.
bro, it's just.
What do you do with a knife? You fuck. That's what you do.
It didn't stab me. It leased me.
And you just hear like an ow in the woods. And then Lander and Fancy, you'll see Drac like flapping its wings around Noreen's face and trying to poke her in the eye with it.
I am going to cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and I'm going to, since we've sort of just been intuiting things with Drac, I'm going to make it very clear to him that Noreen is friendly and to stand down.
And he does. He takes the knife though with him and goes up into one of the
Yeah, I mean,
doors.
keep the knife. Just don't go around. Like, when I have like a little like sit down, I'll, like pop a squat, like dad style, and be like, hey, champ, listen. Good effort. It was a good hustle.
She's
A little
right
wrong
there.
on the direction. That's okay.
She's
I
right there by the
appreciate the
body.
enthusiasm.
But she's right there by the body.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's a real whodunit.
Murder.
So like I'm taking a mental note of this and I'm like, okay. I'm sussing big time. This is Among Us because I'm sussing.
Just want to make sure that me and Drac reach an agreement that we're not going to go stabbing people randomly. Are we on the same page about that, my man?
Okay.
I mean, but by his own logic, it wasn't random. It was like clearly
No,
the evidence points to this person being the murderer.
Sure, maybe with a feeble crow brain, but
Say that out loud.
I will not say that out loud. That's my friend.
I'm gonna walk up to Neri.
The bird's gonna stab you now.
I'm not the one who gave it a goddamn knife. Now was I?
I wasn't either.
He's armed
I'm
and
gonna
ready.
walk up to Nareem.
Okay.
And get stabbed by the bird.
Nareem?
Plot twist. Drac is
you
big
like-
bad evil guy.
Okay, wait a second. Hang on. Okay. Can I like inspect Nareem to see if the silver from that knife is doing anything to them?
Yeah, roll investigation for that.
Okay.
And now she's gonna be like, this weirdo's fucking checking me out now? What the fuck is wrong with these people?
People are dying, and you guys are like,
15.
I sketched the grave. I read the book.
You
She's like,
that's a
I'm
pretty-
investigating.
that's a
There's
pretty
something
invest-
sus about that grave.
It's like, hey, you guys were hired to investigate, so. And yeah, I mean, nothing happens to her. I mean, it was annoying, and she has like a little cut/bruise on her cheek now. But, no, it's not doing anything to her.
I'm gonna investigate the body.
Okay, roll for it.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna start questioning Nareem. Weren't you just over there? What's going on? Are you fighting? What happened? What?
Dirty 20.
30-20. Okay. Noreen looks at Toddle. I heard it. I heard it happen. It's been happening for a long time now. I've been trying to catch this thing for weeks. I always just miss it. It comes from nowhere. This is the same thing every night. And she feels a little bit of sadness. You can tell that she, being the most experienced fighter in this town, she feels almost like a sheriff kind of responsibility on her shoulders to keep the townspeople here safe, and so far she's been unsuccessful. As far as Lander looking at the body, you do notice there's a bunch of bite wounds, claw marks. I would say it's a high roll, so you get your freaking blood splatter analysis on. It looks like whatever came through this cemetery, it came from the chapel, or in the direction of downtown. Looks like it wasn't really trying to hide too much. And you look closer and you do see tracks around this body.
Now that we're all here, Lander, do you think we could track this thing? And does Noreen want to come with us and we can just kill this son of a bitch for once?
I was gonna ask if you found anything in the castle.
The chapel? Not much. I snagged this history book, but other than that, it looks like it's kind of a flop house. Looks like it used to be a chapel, but it's been getting used as, I don't know, as far as I can tell, squatters.
And then you see Noreen chime in. This chapel has been just a meeting place and used for events every now and then. I don't remember it being anything else.
You know that it's worshipped by a Dark Lord, right, Noreen?
Yeah, but so is most things in this land.
That's true. I'm gonna walk over to Lander and just wait for a moment. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna think.
It looks like the one guy there who seems to be a half-elf, half human, half-elf guy with like this big curly red beard. He was the one using that location spell. Looks like he did find something, and he looks to everyone in the party. Hey, I think I find something over here. Follow me. Whoever wants to. And he turns on his heel.
Say no more. Let's party.
So, I just know the direction it came in, and do I know the direction it went?
Yeah. It looks like it came from the door, actually the same door that Dutch came out of, and Toddle. And it went out into the woods towards the right.
Cool. And this guy is going out into the woods towards the right?
Yeah.
Cool. I follow.
Yeah, he's headed over there, but he pauses right where the cemetery ends. And he kind of touches big, like, really strong, like, working hands. He kind of touches one of the tombstones, and walks past it. As you walk past the same tombstone, you notice there are some specks of blood. He walks through the lining of the trees. He pauses for a minute. With one sigh, he kind of drops to one knee and reaches onto the ground and holds up a ring.
How long has it been? Do I still have to check magic?
Yeah. I would say so.
Is that a magical ring?
Grabby hands. Grabby hands.
Looks like no, it's not, but you notice it looks like the work of the weaponsmith.
Wait, as in the weaponsmith made it, but not owns it?
Definitely made it, not
so she knows
owns it.
Okay, but it definitely belonged to a victim.
And you hear from the guy with the beard, this definitely belonged to our wolf friend. And then he points at the tracks, and then you see they turn into bare feet.
Toss me that ring.
He does, he tosses it to you.
Take it and I put it in my pocket.
Do you see any, like, emblems or anything like that?
Well, I mean, according to Anne, I've identified it's something that the weaponsmith made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just seems like a basic ring, just for looking nice.
Do you think the list of who she sells?
The what?
Do you think Noreen keeps a list of the people that she sells her goods to? Or she would be able to look at the ring and tell who she sold it to?
I mean, that's what I was hoping. It's that, or I was going to potentially use the ring to blame her. Because she might be tied to the murder.
There's a thing that needs killing, and we're the people that get hired to kill things.
I agree with Dutch. I think we need to go and
just say that we're overcomplicating the matter just a smidge.
No, I don't think we're overcomplicating. I think we're sussing it out. Landon,
I think
something's up with Nareem, and
I don't even think it's something up with Nareen. I think something's up with the whole fucking town. These guys came out way too ready to kill a giant snake. You telling me they can't take care of one werewolf?
True.
That's the point.
You're telling me some rando off the street is able... I say this kind of quieter. You're telling me some random guy off the street can just happen to find this ring just lying there. He just happens to have, you know,
Did that guy
the
walk away?
spells and...
He's kind of venturing into the woods. He's still looking around.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I want to see if he has any jewelry from Noreen on him.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Or I can just ask him. Oh my god.
You can ask
Absolute
him
cheeks, bro.
I also wanted to investigate and kind of look and kind of see if Nareem has any weapons that have silver. Like any, like is Nareem cool with silver?
Roll an insight check on Noreen.
Insight check.
And are you going to ask the halfling?
He was a halfling?
Half elf. Sorry.
I thought, yeah, okay.
Sorry, Lander, I cut you
19.
off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you didn't. We're good.
All right.
19.
Yes.
Yeah, with that insight, you notice, I mean, she seems a little frustrated. She's definitely different from anyone else in this town. Silver doesn't affect her at all. She works with silver every day. But, I mean, you can tell right now she's just really annoyed, and kind of, she's also, this whole time, been a little bit standoffish from everyone in this town. And you think, maybe I chopped up, or maybe it's her personality, but there's something about her that there is more depth to her. But she's just purposely not letting anyone get sight of it.
Okay. Nareem, are you interested at all in helping us, grouping up with us as the adventurers and looking to go and slay this beast? Or are you trying to tackle this on your own? Because I don't think that's wise.
I can use all the help I can get. I can tell you everything I know.
Okay. What do you guys think about that? You guys want this person to join us?
I, being the piece of shit that I am going to cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, okay.
Fuck. All right, let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Damn. Okay. Just on her. It's just on one.
It's within 60 feet, and I'm just going to cast it right around me.
Mm-hmm.
So
everyone around you right now.
Yeah. It's a 15-foot radius sphere centered on the point of my choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on the turn or starting this turn must make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
So everybody make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature cannot speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
Noreen rolled a 21, and the half-elf rolled a 12.
2.
12.
18.
Where the fuck is my spell save DC? If you beat a 13, you're good.
So, half.
Everyone under 13 can't lie. And I know who can lie.
Okay. Noreen is good. Half elf, not so good. He's the spell worked on him.
Alright, tell me everything you know about this.
Noreen goes first. She doesn't realize you casted a spell, or does she? Do you make
No, she knows. Everybody knows what I just did. They
Okay.
felt the pass.
Okay.
And I know if they succeeded or failed.
Okay.
And I look at her and I'm like, I don't want to hear from you right now. I can't trust anything you say.
And she stops talking. And you look over at the half elf, and he's a little nervous. He doesn't say anything.
I point my sword in his general direction, and I recommend that he rethink his life choices real quick.
And yeah, he's not, you don't have to roll for that. He's scared. But he says, I know the person who made that ring. I know there's been evidence like this every once in a while. It's all from the same place. It's all from the weaponsmith. but I don't think he did it. He's a good man. But I don't know about his son.
What do you know about his son?
No matter how good you are to the kid, he always finds some way. He likes to watch people squirm. He tried to kill my cat once. I don't like the kid. It gives me a bad taste in your mouth, you know?
What was the name of, like, the town's lady?
Agatha.
How much control does Agatha have over this town?
Just because Agatha is such a meme. Oh god. Agatha created this town. It started as long as my grandmother, who had no place to go, she, with my grandmother and others, helped build this place, and more generations to come, they feel safe here. These woods are dangerous, man.
What makes this village safe?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of magic here. And other villages rely on us for some of our resources. I feel like maybe outside villages help protect us when we need it. I feel like Agatha has a connection. She's been around a long time. She's old. I don't even know how old.
What resources?
Well, cattle, every type of metal you can imagine. There's an obsidian mine close to here. And for a while, some potions you can only find in this town. And then Noreen kind of is like veering at him as well, but not saying anything. And Noreen asks a question. Noreen asks him, where was Agatha before coming here? And he answers, he doesn't know. There's rumors that maybe she's from that old gorge. And then she looks over at Lander. That gorge hosts a lot of evil. Everything that comes from that gorge is evil.
Let's go cave diving.
I'm gonna turn to Dutch and be like, when was the last time you pissed in your bed?
Nightly. I'm terrified.
Okay, thought so. I suspected as much.
Okay, so Lander, help me get the story straight. We're after the son of the owner of the ring.
He genuinely thinks that the son of the weaponsmith is responsible for this.
The son of the weaponsmith.
We also know that wherever they're getting their power from, it's not somewhere safe or something safe to be fucking with.
Yeah.
Do you have roll perception and see if there's any present danger? Is there any indication for me that there's still a monster in the midst?
Yeah, roll perception.
Fuck. It's 5.
5. You don't know. I mean, maybe. You did.
Lander, I can't see for shit, man. Can you see if there's anything out there still? I feel like there's. I don't know that we're all that safe standing in the middle of a goddamn graveyard.
I mean, based on my knowledge of the woods and some little tricks I learned along the way, I think we're fine.
Yeah, it looks like the tracks did turn back into human footprints.
If it's here, it's hiding among us, and it's able to hide well enough to hide from me.
That or it's nowhere near you.
Well, yeah, it's 6 miles away.
Can we have our friend Agatha call a town meeting?
I don't trust Agatha.
I don't know that we need to trust her if she can just get all of the people of the town in one place.
Yeah, but we don't even know everyone. I say we need to head back to our good old weaponsmith friend and figure out where the fuck his son is.
There's also tracks. when they turn into human footprints, did they does anyone have a tracking ability or something?
Yeah, but if they turned
like
into
a
human,
ranger.
we're not gonna.
But it went into the forest, didn't it? We
Yeah.
just have to go back into the forest and find it. Decision time.
I say we double back into the town.
Yeah, I go with that. It sounds like whatever was causing the danger, there's no immediate danger or threat right now. I think I'm with Lander. We should go back into the city and figure out what the fuck is up. Also, I want my goat skull back.
Fancy, what is your say in this?
Well, it's gone at this point, and there seems to be, even if we chase that one down, there's a bigger problem throughout this town, honestly. And how did this little town give us so much money, and then we were buying things, and it was so little amount of money? They have to be getting
weird.
something. It's getting weird. So I think we need to double back. We need to not talk to anyone about the information that we know. Investigation is currently underway, folks. So no questions at this time.
Rander is going to turn to the half-elf and be like, if I leave you alone, will you tell anyone what you told me today?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Is Noreen still with us? Right?
Yeah, she just answered them.
Okay. I propose that we all go back to the armorer's joint and we have a little chit-chat and we talk about this for a little bit. All in favor?
I can keep an eye on Agatha. She disappeared ever since this happened.
Oh, of course she did.
I'll go track her. And then she takes off.
Noreen?
Noreen does.
Oh,
I'm going to cast...
Wait, I'll go with Noreen.
Okay.
You gonna die.
No, yeah, I would not recommend.
I mean, if we can't let her out of our sight at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that we shouldn't let her out of our sight. I definitely have a different way of going about
I'm
it.
going to cast Hunter's Mark on Noreen.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. I was like,
Like, we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
take her out. I
There's
cast
something on
Fireball
her.
on Noreen. I was like, ah.
No.
Okay.
Alright. It's on
All
her.
right.
And you're still following her, Fancy?
No, I won't at this point.
Okay.
We can send Drac too, honestly. We really need to.
That's true.
If that's okay with Dutch, it's not my bird to send.
And Dutch, you still have Speak with Animals, and Drax says, I'll kill the bitch.
God damn it. I wish I had a third level spell slot.
Give the knife back to the bird.
It requires concentration. So, Zone of Truth ends. And then, basically, I can track her for up to 1 hour.
Okay.
And I just have advantage on, like, trying to find her and stuff.
And is your, monster ping still on?
That was a minute. So,
No? Okay. Just wondering.
also, it doesn't actually say it requires concentration. Yeah. So primeval awareness doesn't require concentration, but again, it lasts for 1 minute per spell slot, and I used a level 1 spell slot.
Okay. So never mind.
And then again, you can also, by the way, fuck me over and be like, yeah, you detect a bunch of Fae. You don't know how many, you don't know where they are.
Yeah,
Give her
not much-
ideas.
There's not much here, though. Like, in this area, like
Yeah.
she said, it's safe, and it appears to be safe. Yeah, so now it's quiet. The guy that you had, his name is Greg, by the way. Gregory.
Gregory.
Greg the Beard is his name around here. You usually see him at the tavern or at the eatery often. He's gonna start backing away. I don't like what you did there, horny man, and points at you.
So I like cutting to the chase. And then I'm going to turn and leave.
I'm
Throw my
following
sword
behind
away
him.
too.
He feels very violated and just walks the opposite direction, but towards his house. And as you look around the grave site through some of the trees, you'll notice like little homes kind of scattered about within the forest. And he goes to his house.
Oh, okay. So some little homes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use whatever remaining speak with animals I have. I'm going to ask Drac to perch on the roof of the chapel and see if he'll just keep watch and standing orders if anything fucky starts happening to come get us.
And he nods with knife and beak, and he flies up to the top of the chapel. And,
Right on.
And we're gonna use that moment to pause for our break. So yeah, homies, thank you so much for joining us this far. We're gonna go ahead and announce our giveaway winner for this time around. So we'll go ahead and
Hashtag critical, guys. Or exclamation point critical. Exclamation point critical.
Exclamation point critical. And then when we get back from our break, we'll draw the winner. Okay? All right, we'll be back. Bye.
Here we go.
Cuckoo Cachoo!
Hello, nerds. We are back. I have a beer. Butters took a poop. We are ready to go. Now, let's see who won the giveaway. Xenobite.
What?
Right.
One of our subscribers.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is that like a rigged? Is that like a Hellraiser reference that I'm not getting?
Of course it's a Hellraiser reference. What else would it be?
Well, I only watched that movie for the first time this last week.
I am
really never seen it
disappointed in
before.
you. Have you seen all the other bad ones?
Me and my girlfriend started the second one, and then like 30 minutes into it, the second one is
It's not good, but
it spends more time recapping what happened in the first movie than actually like any plot development. It's hilarious.
I heard they're making another one too, and I'm so excited about it.
Well, yeah, they're doing the reboot.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Again.
Like,
But well, they already did like twice.
Well, I think to redo the first movie, like the book, I think.
Like start from square one.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what they're doing
Yeah.
though. Anyway, give it to Fancy, please.
What?
Okay, are you sure? Because I can bring it to Fancy on Actually, no, it's faster just to ship it to her.
On Saturday.
I still need to receive it and then send it to Yeah, okay. Fancy, you are gifted from Xenobite.
Wow.
Some critical dice.
Thanks, bud.
Fucking cute. I still have Mackenzie your critical dice I have to give you.
Where are mine?
You didn't get them yet?
No, not yet. Well, I'll figure it out.
Mine took like a month and a half to get to me. But
No.
Wait, now am I the only one without fucking critical dice?
no.
Maybe
Look, I'll
if you're
be
nice,
fine.
somebody in the chat will gift them to you.
Chad, if you're gonna gift me anything, just Magic the Gathering cards. That's all I want. That's all I exist for.
So in my stream, under Azad, there is an Amazon wish list. I will put Magic the Gathering cards on there. I'm just kidding. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Just no. Packs of Double Masters 2022.
I'm gonna make sure we just get like I'm gonna make sure that Anne puts nothing but like fucking Theros on there.
Oh, perfect.
Like
It's one of my favorite sets, actually, Theros. Oh.
Oh my god.
Like what are like the worst sets of the last like 5 years that we can think of?
Trust me, man. I love all kinds of stupid cards.
All right.
I'll be like, oh, dude, it's like a 2-set common. I love the art on this, though.
There's 3 boxes of Crimson Vow. Have fun.
I mean, good art on the cards is usually what gets me.
Yeah, I mean, it's double that, like,
Even
you
if
know,
it
I
sucks.
now have, like, a bunch of friends who fucking work on that shit.
Yeah, I know
Um,
people too. Okay, so we are panning back to our team here. It looks like we did a little bit of investigation. We found out that, well, there might be a little bit of shady business going on here. It looks like this town is small and quaint in appearance, but seems to be packed and hiding a whole lot of wealth and apparently a whole lot of magic. There is suspicion, since there's been evidence left here from the killer, that this killer gets a lot of stuff done from the armory, or not the armory, the weaponsmith. The man that's helping them track this evidence has mentioned that he doubts that it's the weaponsmith who's doing any of these killings, which would contradict in Lander's mind too, just because the whole time Lander was with the weaponsmith, but wasn't around his son, and he did have suspicions about the son of the weaponsmith. Not sure why no one's seen him. But Agatha also disappeared when all of this occurred. So it's strange. They set out to continue their investigation. Noreen went after to kind of track and keep an eye on Agatha and see where her location is, because she kind of disappeared when any of this happened, which is, she's noticed kind of a constant thing that happens, and she doesn't trust Agatha either. And we pan back to our heroes. Oh, and Drac is on top of the chapel with a knife, glinting in the sun. Not the sun, but the moon.
And can we please get some character art?
Yes.
If you draw one single thing in the next week, can it please be the crow with a knife in its mouth?
Yes.
Okay.
On top of a giant chapel.
Yeah, totally. Just lurking.
Yes. Oh my god. Somebody, all of our artists out there.
Yeah. A call
Out
to
there, I'm
any
opening
artists on
fucking
the
Photoshop right now.
Oh my god, please.
Yep.
One, please design
I
me
just
a
need a
tattoo
visual.
of a crow with a knife, please. Thank
Yes. Oh my god, I get that.
You could add a knife to this, maybe. I don't know if it's gonna show up.
It's pretty metal. It's pretty metal, y'all.
Oh my god, I love it. It's because he's cute. He's like fluffy. Okay. So what is everybody doing?
What time of day is it?
It's late. It's like 2 a.m.
Oof.
Fuck. Well, I'm going to the herb shop because I need to. I'm gonna go talk about this seed that needs to grow.
Open at 2 a.m.
Yeah, is anything open?
The only like people, well, the herb specialist lives in her shop and she is there. The door is open. But everything else is pretty much closed. The only thing open right now is the tavern. And
Well, I'm gonna go straight to the weaponsmith shop.
yeah, it looks like the door is shut, but you do see through the window the owner there working. Probably.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
I'm gonna follow with Lander.
He puts his hand on his visor and kind of lifts it up to see you and his customer at the door. So he puts down his equipment and he walks over to you, opens the door.
May I come in?
Hey there, my friend. Of course. Checking on progress.
That and I might have some more business for you.
Okay. And he comes over and and just continues to sort of. It looks like he's melting what looks to be silver, actually, and white gold, and he's melting them into pots. What's the business?
First off, my friends here might have their own equipment, and I look at him to like whip out any like daggers or other weapons you have that also needs to be silvered.
Yeah, I'm gonna offer up I have a hand axe and I have a dagger. How much do I have to pay you to get these done by morning?
By morning, huh? Man. I would say 100 gold each.
Deal. You got it. I'm gonna pass over my
Hand axe and a dagger.
hand axe and a dagger, and then I'm gonna also ask him, is there a weapon I can purchase to keep on me in the meantime while you're working on those?
Oh yeah, I got tons, my man. And he turns around and he points at his wall, and it's just a smorgasbord of all kinds of there's like a gutting knife for fish. There's everything from like a bread knife to kind of the same thing Toddle found, kind of that long dagger. There's a couple of swords, kind of just basic swords. It looks like he does customization on the swords as well. All kinds of shit. Shields.
Is there a silver? Let's go. Can I wield a hammer with simple melee? Like not a full warhammer, but is there like a smaller?
Yeah. You see there's a section that is like tool hammers, so like a cleaver, like random stuff like that. And there's also like really light, and he kind of like boasts about it a little bit. He takes down one of the smaller hand hammer. It looks like what do you call it? A sledgehammer.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that, but it's small and actually it's pretty light. And you're like, oh, like what damage can this do? And he takes it and he puts like a piece of, looks like copper or something, like a copper little mini sculpture. And with very little effort, completely flattens it.
All right. Is it silver?
It is. The head part of it is.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll take it. And how much for the weapon?
25 gold for this guy.
All right, so I'm gonna hand over 225 gold and my hand axe and my dagger to have those silvered. And
I'm going to judge him heavily for not tipping.
I will throw an extra 25 gold in.
Hey, I didn't say I'd do it out loud.
No, but I can
Silent
feel your
judgment. You can feel the
judging
judgment.
eyes upon me. So let's just make it 250.
Yeah, what's your passive perception? Because I know if it's high, you would notice. Yeah,
I just rolled a perception and it was a nat 20. So.
Oh Oh yeah, you're like.
I'm feeling very judged.
Motherfucker.
So I'll sheepishly pass another few gold across the table while being
good sir, good sir, and he puts it in his pocket. And yeah, and he puts a couple more. Looks like he's just digging through a bin just right at his feet of like silver blocks, and he's tossing it back into the smelting
Sweet.
iron. What else can I do you guys for?
I was personally wondering, when was the last time you saw your son?
Oh, Anthony? He's here. He should be at home right now, I think.
Can we talk to him?
Why do you ask? Then he gets a little up in arms. Like his tone suddenly changes a little bit.
Oh, bud. Don't worry about it. Someone else can talk. I'm gonna best to do this.
I'm gonna let him know. Hey, we're just investigating. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're just trying to get a feel for everybody.
I cut him off and I say, we just want to make sure everyone's okay after the attack.
Oh.
Make sure there are no victims we missed.
Roll persuasion.
Not deceit.
No.
$19.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a little weird about it, but he in his mind he thinks like you guys are new here, and maybe you're not aware of the trouble he's had in the past. Like most people come up to him about something he's vandalized or a kid he punched or something like that, or an old girlfriend's dad would come, and if it's just for him to be safe, he nods. He should be there with his new girlfriend. They have a house. It's the third house on the left. It's a big red one.
And you can account for his whereabouts?
I think he went on a hunt a couple of weeks ago. I haven't seen him since, but he has sent me letters that he's been home. I've just been so busy with work,
We're going to collect everyone out tonight, and or I guess tomorrow would make more sense. Mm-hmm. And we just want to finally put an end to this, and we would appreciate it if tomorrow you can join us in the town in the chapel.
Okay. In the evening?
You say like noon?
All right.
How do we feel about noon? Noon tomorrow.
Well, if we want to kind of hint, wink, wink, shouldn't it be at night?
I mean, yeah, but we can lock him in during the day.
At noon?
Yeah.
Let's maybe shoot for sundown.
Let's shoot for like 5 o'clock.
I'm in for 5 o'clock, sundown-ish, afternoon. We'll get everybody into the chapel.
As you guys are discussing this in front of him, he looks up to you guys.
Oh, I was saying, I meant that. Okay. Never mind.
Well, if you need help, I can probably get you a list of the townspeople from Agatha, or you can ask her yourself.
That would be much appreciated.
Actually, that was our next stop. Do you happen to know where Agatha is?
In the chapel, I think. And as he says that, Dutch, you get a chill down your spine, because there is no one in that chapel.
Insight.
Insight!
Alright, yeah. Do I, yeah, I'll roll for insight.
The 15.
15. Yeah, 15.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, from what you can tell from this guy, like, it doesn't seem like he's lying. He just assumes she's always there. But when you were there, it looked pretty empty. I mean, there's a lot of foot traffic that happens throughout the morning and day, so it's hard to tell, like, how long ago someone was there, but, I mean, from what you can tell, It seemed pretty empty. Nothing was disturbed. No, there was still dust, like, on the main table.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic one more time, and I'm gonna pull out the money Agatha gave us and look at it.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. And, sorry, that was, what's the range? 60 feet.
Alright.
60 feet, right?
Uh,
I mean, you have the money on you, right? You're just like holding it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's everything within 30 feet, just in case I catch anything else.
Yeah, the money is money. But you notice a couple of the weapons that are on the wall have a couple of arcane abilities to them. You do notice that there's something on the weaponsmith's hands. It looks like there's a ring, and it's very similar to the ones that he makes. It's kind of similar, maybe a newer version of the ring that was found, and that his is glowing with magic.
I will say, interesting ring you have there. And again, my eyes go white when I do this, so it's pretty obviously I've cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of magical properties does it contain?
It looks like it's a little bit of a defense magic thing. So it increases his AC, essentially. It casts like a little bit of a suit, like a suit that halves any kind of hitty kind of damage, slashing, bludgeoning kind of damage.
Hey, Lander,
Super strong ring.
Do you see any magic coming off of this fancy new hammer I just bought?
And you don't. It's a hammer.
Yes. Very magical.
Okay.
Toddle and Fancy, what are you up to?
Fancy, if you want to go first.
Definitely. I think I'm with the boys, but the other boys.
Okay.
Wait.
I wouldn't let you go by yourself if you did want to go.
Wait, me? Me? Todd?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah, if you-
I'm enthused because I enjoy Fancy's presence ever so much that they cook for me.
The bar is low, but I get it, I guess.
You cook for me, and that is something I don't do. So that anyway, I'm going to the herb shop because I have this little. I'm going to pull out my little willow seed that I believe I forgot the last time I pulled it out, but
It's been a day or two. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a day. I need to find out how to accelerate this and get it to be a companion that we could use because
Absolutely.
I think this is an awesome thing to have.
And she, yeah, you're in that shop. She lets you in. Hi.
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
Do you know what this is? I don't know what this is. Intelligence.
Only one of the most venomous things in this forest. This is amazing. I haven't seen one. It's just a pod.
How can we accelerate its growth process to make it not too much, but just enough?
Oh, you don't like it in this stage of its life? Look at it. And she's just like...
It can't kill. Yeah.
Oh,
it can't kill with what it's at right now. I need it to kill.
Well, it can't kill yet. Let me see what I can do. And she, like,
Okay.
shuffles over, and she's, like, digging through her cabinets and shit, and she's, like, graceful, but also throwing shit around everywhere, trying to find... she does pull out a glass, like, round vial thing with, like, a cork top. And, oh, I'll take that. She puts that on the table, and she's going through. She pulls out a couple of what looks to be, like, food for some types of sea creatures. Like, they look like pieces of, like, kelp or seaweed or, like, a combination of that. It looks like to be, like, a gelatinous kind of structure. She puts a little vial of that on the table, and then she pulls out some soil, but it's blue soil. Something you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this will do the trick. This should speed it up at least half the time, but it still does need a little bit of UV ray, if you can, once in a while, at least for a couple hours a day. Otherwise, mix these substances together, throw the seed pod right in the center, hold it in this vial, and it should burst out of this vial pretty quickly.
Right on. How much do I owe you?
Oh, let's see. I mean, the soil is from the Fae. I would say 300 gold for the lot.
That's doable.
Um,
And on top of that, I want to grab some health potions. Let's grab like 6 or so.
okay, there's greater, and then there's, what's the other one?
Ooh, does everyone want it? Does anyone need, like, let's all get a greater health potion, and everyone gets a lesser one too. How does that sound? Or I could get double of both, or yeah, I'm thinking that's a good move for us.
Yeah. Do you ask Fancy?
Yeah, that's me talking aloud.
Oh,
If
yes.
Fancy wants to comment.
I'll give you 100 gold towards that payment that you just made.
Cool.
Whatever you're just buying. Also,
I'm getting us. Everyone's gonna have 1 greater health, and then let's everyone have 2 lesser health.
I meant towards your seedling thing.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, I don't really look. I spent like 20 gold on a couple of cooking herbs, so I have like a butt ton of money still. Yeah, and then I'll pay for the healing potions.
As you guys are discussing money, she kind of gets little dollar signs in her eyes. You know, I have a lot of other potions.
Yes.
Can I show you?
I also like light up with intensity, and I'm like, yes.
So she pulls out her repertoire. So it looks like a flight just of like little glass vials, all of them in various colors. She's like, and she points at each one. Potion of climbing, potion of giant strength, potion of fire breath, potion of flying, and then which other one? And potion of invisibility.
Do you got anything against dark arts, like being able to lessen abilities or
I have
take away from, maybe make people sick?
I can. I do have herbs for that.
Okay.
And she pulls out a basket, and she pulls out what looks to be like, it's similar to like a lentil, I guess. And she has like little baggies of them. I have these, and this one in particular can take down any sort of dark entities that are out there. I don't have many of these left. I actually only have 2 baggies of these ones.
I'll take both of them.
And she sells you both, but they're 600 gold each. Just because they're so hard to find.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
1, 2.
That's 2 of them.
Yeah.
And how much are all the potions that we want?
The potions are about 200 each.
All the health potions.
Oh, the health potions are like 50 gold.
Okay, so I'll pay for all the health potions.
And I'll pay for the 2.
How many you're getting? 2 each of you, so 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Math that. 1,600 gold.
Math that for yourself.
She's like, and this one, if you grind it into tea, it should disable your enemy for at least a day.
Well, I don't know if we'll have the time for that, but this will be used. Thank you for selling us.
Oh, you know what? That plant of yours, do you know how big it's going to get?
I will kill it before it gets any further.
Does
it grow as it eats?
Because it's a subadult stage is about 4 feet tall. They're not particularly heavy, but I have an idea. And she rushes to the back and like scrambles around for a little bit. As she's doing that, do Toddle and Fancy, do you say anything to each other? Or what is my cat doing?
Beebs.
Hi, Mimi.
I very much intended on like keeping it, like making a contraption or like a casing or something. I'm thinking of like so many sci-fi shows where there's like an encased item, like or a floating head or something like that. Yeah, and I'm like, you're staying this size until I tell you to do anything.
Yeah. Well, she comes out and it looks like it's made of bits of steel and bits of like burlap that she's sewn together. And it looks like it's an attachment for your the golf type backpack that you have already.
I'm a golf bag.
So it would essentially be like attached to your backpack on your back.
Interesting.
It's an idea. If you want to take it, I won't charge you for it. But I just adore it. And when it grows up, I hope you come and visit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't promise you that I will be returning to this town. I will do my darndest, but if you're allowing me to attempt to keep this thing living as long as I can, I will. I'm not trying to kill it.
I think you might bond with it more than you plan. It's a pretty good companion, although dangerous. Very useful.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the intended goal. But I just mess with things. I usually don't keep pets, so I have enough responsibility as it is.
I hear that. Anything else I can help you with?
That's it. At least for me.
You mentioned something for tea.
Yes.
What does it do exactly?
Well, it has to be ingested, but the effect is pretty instantaneous, and it should knock out your enemy cold.
And how many servings do you have?
I have in abundance, actually. Just about 10 gold a serving.
Oh, that's plenty. Okay. I would like 10 servings, please.
Okay. And she bags it up, and like her packaging game is very strong.
Oh, I love it.
It's all
Yes,
like really
queen.
beautiful, like silk bags. Like the silk itself, I think you're also contributing to paying for that as well. It's like locked into the price. But they're really beautiful silk bags, and they're all the same color. Like it's like a rose or dusty rose color is like the theme of her shop. The herbs that she sells you and are in kind of a small, shallow box, and then the potions she sells you are in kind of a larger, stronger box, and she ties it with a green ribbon. And she puts in a little dried rose.
Yes. I'm going to videotape me unpacking all this when I get home.
And so you're walking out with your like little dusty rose colored shopping bags.
Okay, so that's 10 servings of this powder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock out some people.
So we got the health drinks.
Yeah, you have the.
I got the kit for the seed. Yeah.
Greater healing potion, and then you also got 2 of the dark herbs, which does triple damage. It adds triple damage to any type of hit on a creature that is considered evil.
Got it.
Considered by whom?
For that.
True. I guess
By
following
DM.
the Dark Lord, firing the Dark Lord.
Yeah, what's his herbalist name?
I think it was Tasha.
What's her favorite color?
Tasha. Her favorite color is pink.
Okay. Gosh.
As we're leaving, Tasha, you've been the most honest person we've met here. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. I love you both. Have a good day. And then she shuts the door.
Oh, that was the weirdest interaction I've ever had at 2 a.m. before.
Yeah, valid.
Always ready to do business.
Yeah, relatable to some degree. Anyway, here I got my stuff for my seed and also got some dark stuff against dark magic. And then we got health drinks for everyone. So I assume you want to hold on to the health drinks, or I have a bag of holding. So
you could put them in there, but everyone should have at least one on their being.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile,
yeah,
I'm gonna pan over to Lander and Dutch. You guys are sitting there, and it looks like Lander, the weaponsmith, is pretty close to finishing at least some of your weapons. You gave him arrows too, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave him 20 of my own, and then I bought 10.
Oh yeah, the arrows are done. Like they're sitting in a bin next to the counter.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab them real quick.
Yeah, and the rest of the weapons he's still working on. What are you guys doing?
I guess it's time for us to head off.
All right. There's a few places. It looks like the town's lady Agatha has given you a key to the inn. The inn is located. You walked by it when you're headed to the cemetery. It's right, kind of next to the cemetery, actually, but also really close to the market. Kind of tucked away from
the map.
Yes, we have a map. But yeah, so you have access to the inn. It looks like there are already rooms ready for you there. The tavern is open, and the chapel is always open.
Do you guys want to try to fight this thing now, or start this plan out now, just because it's a full moon tonight and the werewolf is going to be raging? And
We don't even know it's a werewolf at this point.
oh, like good point. Yeah,
It's also a full moon the whole month. It'll be a full moon tomorrow also.
oh,
And the next day. And the next day.
good point.
Well,
have you left the weaponsmith shop already?
Yeah, I would assume I have.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the weaponsmith if he can shut the blinds, close the curtains, if we can have a little private conversation, just me and him.
He's nervous, but he does so.
I'm gonna
What is
reach
it,
into
man?
my bag and I'm gonna pull out the pistol that I found.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask him if he's ever seen anything like this before.
Not in a long time.
You think you have any way to make projectiles for it?
Let me see. And he holds out his hand.
And is this a revolver style?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flip the barrel out and is there any ammunition already inside of it?
No.
No. Okay, I'm gonna pass over the firearm.
And he does, and he looks through the barrel, kind of analyzes it a little bit. I mean, I guess I can try. I can trial and error this thing. It's cool to have one in my hand. Where'd you find this?
It's just something I picked up on the way.
Huh. Pretty cool. I didn't even think these existed anymore. Interesting.
Well, how about this? I'll give you as much gold as you'd like if you can melt down some silver into some bullets for this thing. You think we can make that happen?
Yeah, that's not a problem. Have it to you
Alright.
by the morning anyway. I'm not doing anything tonight.
Sounds good. I'm going to take the gun back, wrap it up, and put it back in my pack. And I'm going to hand over just a fistful of all of that silverware that I took out of the chapel. All the spoons and forks and stuff. And I'm like, here, go ahead and use this. Melt this down. Make some bullets.
He does look at the silverware and notices that it is from the chapel. And he kind of pauses and looks at you. Where'd you get this?
We liberated it from its prior confines.
I guess there is a wolf in our midst, huh? This is what we've come down to.
Well, it ain't pretty, but it works.
All right, man. And he does, and he scoops it all up, puts it in a bin full of other silver bits. All right, anything
right.
else?
No, I'm going to take my leave and I'm going to go head to the tavern as it is getting pretty fucking late.
Yeah. And he does, and he watches you go. Hold on. Yeah, that's all he does. He just he watches you go and kind of sighs and takes a look at the bag of silver and kind of dumps it to melt it as well. And as you head towards the tavern, not a very long walk. You see it pretty lit up. And not bustling so much this time. But there's a couple people in there. It's a different bartender, though.
Right on. I'm going to plunk down a platinum piece.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to this bartender and say, hey, is it you got like maybe a back booth I could go take a nap in for a bit, and in the meantime, drinks are on me for anybody who comes in, and maybe in the morning we can talk about a catering job I might have for you.
And he he raises his eyebrows, and you look at this man, and he is not really a man. He looks like a giant ox. He has the big head of an ox. His horns are huge, but one of them looks like to be broken in half, and he's capped it off with what looks to be like a gold cap.
Oh, cool.
And he's just wearing normal, like, leather clothing. He takes a look and he looks at you. Sounds good. Anything you like. Head to the back.
Right on. I'll take a meal and a cold beer, and I'll be in the back if you need me.
All right, and he's gonna work on that quickly. And when you get back there, you'll notice it's kind of just like an empty space. I mean, it is a kitchen as well. Looks like there's one guy there cooking something. It looks to be just a human boy. He seems to be like 15, and he's just washing dishes. But behind that, it's kind of an empty spot where they usually use it for storage. But there you see, still kind of bundled up, is a cot.
Right on.
I'm a small folding table.
I'm gonna go lay on the cot, not to fall asleep, but just to take a little breather here.
Okay. And later on, some time passes, and the bartender's gonna head over and just drop a plate of looks to be like a really freaking delicious looking steak sandwich, some shredded potatoes, and a side salad as well with cherry tomatoes and cheese. And he's gonna put down an ice cold, looks to be like a cider type drink. This is my personal favorite, man. Best steak in the house.
Can I roll for insight?
Yes.
Is there anything suspicious about this? I got 16.
You would notice, no, he's just happy with the money.
Right on, my man. Then I dig in.
Okie doke. Lander, what are you doing?
I'm just going to take a seat at the bar, order myself a quick drink, and wait for the rest of the party.
Okie doke. He does. He serves it to you. Same bartender. He does go up to you, like your horns, and hands you. When he asks you what drink do you want, he does. What kind of drink are you looking for?
Your cheapest whiskey.
Yeah. He hands you that. Looks like there's this one giant ball of ice in the glass, and he slides it over to you.
Nice. And then you have a pretty neat set of horns yourself.
What'd you say?
You have a pretty neat set of horns yourself.
I did once. And he turns around and helps another guest who sits near you, and it looks like the other tiefling guy. Small world, I guess. But he's there. It looks like he's picking up some food, and he just grabs it from him. He takes a quick look at you and then walks out the door.
Cool.
All right.
I guess that's that interaction.
Toddle?
I think we are both. Are you good?
There's a fire alarm going off at my complex, so don't mind me.
Oh God.
Right on.
Fancy, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Fancy. Well,
I was gonna say, like, we head on over to this. We do what we need to do. Toddle and I have a very in-depth conversation about. I elaborate to him, the reasons why I got the poison, the powder that I got, and then I describe all the different mushrooms that I found. And I think they listen patiently, and I appreciate that from them.
Just mushroom nerding.
Yeah, I'm just mushroom nerd out.
Are you guys? Are you guys?
Yeah, we're gonna head to the tavern.
Well? Okay. As you're walking
just on the way over, we're walking very slowly so that I can string out my story.
Okay. Well, as you walk by, you see the tiefling leave the tavern and kind of walk up your direction, just past you. Hey, what's up, hot stuff? And then he just walks by.
Did we just get catcalled?
You did.
Yeah, you just got catcalled and
You did.
dude.
I mean, we're not doing that today. Doesn't even get very far at all. What was that? I'm sorry, one more time?
He stops and looks at you. I said you're fucking fine. Welcome to town.
That's what I thought you said. Where are you headed?
Why do you want to know? And he gets comfortable and like turns all the way around.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just curious. Yes.
I'm headed home. You can come if you want.
I think I'm gonna stick with my friend tonight. Oh my gosh! But I did just get, I'm a chef personally, and I did just get some new spices.
Oh no!
I don't know if you wanted to try any of them.
Well, I did just get dinner.
Oh yeah, you should just add this on top of it. It's like a really good.
Wow, you're sweet. Let me get some of that.
Yeah, and we'll be at the tavern tomorrow if you wanted to come hang out. It's kind of late tonight, but maybe tomorrow.
All right, thanks, babe. And he winks at you and takes the spices and heads home.
Good for him.
Which spice did you give him?
Oh, the one that makes him pass out for sure. The one that makes him debilitated for a day.
Okay, cool.
So I'm down to 9 of those already.
That's right. The cat collar gets roofied. It's turn.
All is fair in love and war.
Yes.
And then I'm going to turn back to Toddle and just say, see, that is exactly one of the situations. That's why I needed 10 of them. They're so cheap, too. You know what? If he even paid attention to his town, he would have known that this is a very common thing. It's only 10 gold.
I also could have just like cast Ray of Sickness on him and he could have been on the toilet for days, but I approve.
I mean, he's going to go home and eat dinner and wake up in 3 days, so... Who would it be?
I appreciate this.
I was going to kick his ass, but then I decided long game,
No, that was smooth. That was smooth.
Yeah.
Like that came off ever so perfectly
also,
timed.
I mean, just between me and you, like, kind of more into women anyway, so he wasn't going to win with that comment either.
Wow. This men.
Men.
Are you saying men as a
dude? Yes, that it's a joke. Yeah. Okay.
And
yes,
you say that as you enter the tavern, and yeah, you'll see Lander sitting there at the bar. You also notice in one of the booths, there's only like a couple of booths here, but in one of them looks like to be a group of guys with 2 women. Looks like they're talking about something, some sort of hunting game or something like that. And then one more person walked in right before you. Seems to be a human woman, and she goes to sit at the bar, the far end of the bar. And the bartender walks over to tend to her.
Do we know I wouldn't actually, any of the information that occurred at the blacksmith's house. But do we know what his son looks like at all? Just generally.
No.
He's a tiefling.
Well,
it's that fucking guy.
He was hitting on me and he lives with his girlfriend. That's fucked up.
No. He's the son of the weaponsmith who was a dwarf.
Okay.
So he's
I don't know.
Are you being speciesist? A dwarf can have any race of child.
He's at least half dwarf. Right?
I didn't even meet the...
Yeah, we didn't even meet him.
Oh, yeah.
So never mind. I will metagame. Don't worry.
What's metagaming? I never do that.
Am I able to see from where I'm at, kind of in the back, am I able to see the people coming in and going from the bar?
You can see, like, the top of their heads.
From my position, am I aware that Lander and Tuttle and Fancy are in the bar currently?
Lander, you see the horns.
Okay.
And then you can hear Fancy and Toddle talking.
I'm going to walk out and join them at the bar then.
Okay. Everyone's having a seat lined up at the bar?
Yeah.
Guess we're having a seat lined up at the bar.
So what's the game plan for tomorrow? I have a bit of an idea here.
Oh, pitch. By all means.
All right. Check this out. I got some info. Might be able to have this bartender do a little catering gig for us. I say what we do is we plan a little party, a little music by me, of course. We're going to throw it in the old chapel. We'll get everybody in town to get down there. Once everybody's in for the party, big banquet, big feast, we lock the doors.
All right.
Are people going to be so willing as to come to a banquet right now with werewolf huntings? I don't know. Or,
I reckon the ones that won't, I think Fancy can make them want. Any stragglers will take them in at knife point. With that being said, I think with my extreme powers of performance and persuasion and my ridiculously good looks, we shouldn't have any trouble rallying the troops and getting everybody in there.
Lander arches his eyebrow when you say ridiculously good looks.
God, everyone's full of it tonight.
And as you say that, you're going to see Noreen walk into the bar. She's going to notice everyone sitting there, you guys. She's going to walk over to you and sit on the far end next to you guys. I found Agatha.
Ooh.
And?
Go on. Where is she?
Proceed.
And she throws Agatha's hand on the bar counter.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
That's all I found of her. And then the bartender gets pissed.
Oh.
Get that off
The
my fucking
bartender's
bar.
pissed.
What do you think you're doing, Dark Elf?
I'm just like, can I
Just
just like...
because you're a woman, don't think I won't kick your ass for that. And he pauses for a minute. He's like, is that Agatha's hand?
How the fuck does he know that's Agatha's hand?
Everyone knows Agatha.
Everyone knows what Agatha's hands look like.
Take your word for it.
You can tell it's Agatha's hand because she has a giant golden arcane ring on her middle finger.
You can tell that it is because of the way that it is.
And
People die when they are killed.
And now he's a little, and she takes the hand and she puts it back into like a little sack. Luckily, the group that was chatting behind her didn't notice that, but did notice the bartender raised their voice. So this is all I found of her. There's no other traces of blood. I literally just found her hand there.
But the rest of her could be alive.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a mortal wound. She could still be out there somewhere, just one less hand.
That's a good point. Because normally this creature has left bits around. It's left the body, but just in parts.
Can I inspect to make sure, let's just see if it's like a clean cut or if it's like been ripped off or anything?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fancy, do you have any insight on like butchering and stuff?
I have plenty. I could probably tell you exactly
Yeah,
how it was ripped off and
like
exactly
what
how
blade took it
long
off and
ago.
stuff, whether it was teeth or a weapon or something.
Yes, I do have a sheet for that. So 22?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks like it's a clean cut. It looks like there was a struggle, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, someone used a weapon and cut through it pretty cleanly. Like, they put it on, and you can tell it was put on a table. And sawed
Okay.
off.
Sawed off. Can I tell by anything, like how long ago that was?
Very
It's kind of
recent.
dried up at the end, or
Very recent.
very recent? So potentially it could have been.
Does it have any like marks on it, like bite marks?
Nope.
It could have been Noreen. Not saying this to Noreen. I'm saying this to the other players.
Yeah, that might be the suspicion that I'm under a little bit. I'm gonna ask Noreen where she found it, or what were the circumstances of coming across this hand.
And she tells you of a story of trying to track her location. She normally lives in the chapel upstairs, but there is no trace of her there. But she did find tracks of her, followed those tracks into the one of the houses on the left side of the cemetery. Looks like the tracks ended there, but the hand was found in the woods about 60 or 70 feet away.
What the fuck was Agatha doing all the way over there anyway? Okay, well.
Yeah. She found the ring through detect magic.
Hey Lander, are you able to do detect magic and see if there's anything funky going on with this hand?
You guys know I don't have like unlimited spell slots, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know we're all gonna go to bed before the morning, right?
I might already be out. What do I got? I'm going to close my eyes, concentrate, and cast Detect Magic. I am now officially out of spell slots.
Okay.
Well, except
I have a whole thing about spell. I can do it now.
A level 2 slot, but
Yeah, I mean, there's in the tavern. There's like a couple of the people have like bits of magic cloaks or something like that. Like nothing really recognizable or insignificant. The ring is significant as fuck, though. It looks like it is attuned to Agatha, and it looks like it's also some sort of defense magic. It protects her against mind control, and protects her against various types of magic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any mechanism by which attunement can be like reverse engineered to find a person, like find the person it's attuned to?
There is a way, and I don't know if there is in 5e, but there is in my world. Yes.
Okay.
You have to find an alchemist for that.
Don't we have one in the party?
Hello.
Yeah.
For that.
Toddle could totally do it.
Okay. What do you need me to do? Dutch.
To find the attuned. So you have to create kind of like a location spell for this ring, and in my story, I would say you do need a couple of tools for it.
Okay.
You need some sort of ancient something, and you do have that willow bark, so you would have to use that.
Okay.
It looks like the spell is going to take a night, or like 12 hours, I would say.
Perfect. I could do that.
Mm-hmm. And you also need some sort of gem. It looks like you have sapphire,
some rubies and sapphire.
Rubies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's all you need.
And diamond dust.
Yeah, and you have to do a series of rolls. And
okay.
all three of them have to be successful.
Okay.
If it's even one isn't successful, it won't work.
Could I share my inspos? Are we allowed to share?
You can.
Ooh.
If you need them, I have an inspo.
How do you want the conversation to go, Dutch, as you're asking me to do this?
Ooh.
So
I'm going to ask you to do this, and I'm also seeing you're nervous about this. I'm going to give you a little pep talk, a little pat on the ass, and a go get 'em, tiger. And
I'm not nervous.
That, I will imbue you with a bardic inspiration.
Lit.
Woo.
So that's a D8 for you to use. I mean, I guess you can use it whenever you want. DM, I don't know if it's super let me see. Would you allow it to be used for the spell casting? It's for one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
It'll be a save. So
okay. So I'll give you Toddles, you have one D8 bardic inspiration to use.
So you have one what do you call it? One D8 and then the fancy thing. Did you want to start the spell now?
I'm gonna need to go get started. Okay, so we have come to the conclusion. I'm gonna go do some work right now.
Okay.
We gotta find out where the fuck this came from.
So are we able to game plan? Toddles, start your spell. Let it do its thing. We all take a rest and get as much sleep as we possibly can. I've paid for all of our food and drinks at the tavern. And let's rest up and get ready for whatever we've got going on tomorrow, whatever fresh hell we've awoken.
Ooh. I'm also gonna give our other buddies their healing potions. So everyone's gonna have one greater healing potion on their being,
yeah.
and then the other 4 are in the bag of full.
Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna say the night's gonna, just to speed things up a little bit, the night's gonna go on. Everyone's gonna eat together a little bit, have some drinks. Dutch, you're gonna stay with Toddle at least while she's doing while Toddle's doing the first roll, just so you can use the bardic inspiration in case you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is gonna get a long rest tonight. Oh, I just broke my pen. Everyone's gonna get a long rest tonight except Toddle, because Toddle has to stay up all night doing these spells. So you're gonna set everything up with this ring and attached to the hand in the center of the floor. Bartender's confused. He's gonna stay out of it. Eventually, around like 4 a.m., he is gonna leave and go back to his home, and kind of leave the bar open for you guys, but lock it. You can unlock it on the inside. So you're gonna start the first phase of the spell. Go ahead and roll Arcana. Arcana save.
Arcana save, or just a d20 plus my 4.
Yeah.
Got it. 18 plus 4.
Oh, solid. Okay, so the first one is a success. You didn't have to use Bardic Inspiration for that one. But yeah, time goes on. It's still getting pretty late. You're gonna do your second roll, so roll again.
Is this for anything in particular, or just
Same.
a normal roll? Oh, Arcana again. 15.
15. That saves. Okay. So by this time, Dutch, you do have to go to bed to get a full rest.
Sweet.
I'll take a shift with them. I'll wake up really early.
Okay.
Do I need to be present for the bardic inspiration, or can I go to bed and Toddles has this last Arcana check?
You have to be with them.
All right. Can we bust out this third roll before I go to bed?
Yeah, I'm just gonna not take first watch and pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Fair play.
If you do, you'll only get a short rest.
Man, casting speak with animals so much.
Yeah,
True.
I'll do a.
Well, we could sleep well into the day because our event isn't night.
And Fancy does have the.
Oh yeah, I'll take a short rest then. Yeah.
Okay, so
let's do this third roll.
All right, so Fancy wakes up and sits next to the both of you, and you both kind of look at each other, then look at Toddle. Toddle, you're very tired. Not only are you trying to maintain your concentration for hours and just making sure literally lines are lining up and making sure you're starting to open up different pathways in your brain, and it's really hard to harness that concentration even more on this roll. Normally I would say roll at disadvantage, but because Fancy's offering you an advantage, just because you're still a low level to be casting something like this, it's going to even out. So do a normal roll, the Arcana, for the third time.
When do you need to declare the bardic inspiration? Before
you can give it to her now.
Shit.
But if do I have to wait to hear the dice roll first, and then or do I have to just give it now straight up?
I would give it now.
Okay, I'm gonna. Toddles, do you want me to roll for the inspiration, or do you want to roll?
I just rolled right now, so.
Okay, don't say what it is.
Not saying it.
But let's see. Hold on, let me double check. Bardic inspiration. So 1d8. I'm gonna roll 1d8, and it is 7. So add 7 to your roll.
Nice. What is it? What's the total?
21.
Hey!
Oh, thank God. Holy shit.
So the white of Toddle's eyes is going to totally usurp the rest of her iris and the rest of her eyes. Her eyes are going to be a pale white, and she's going to freeze up, and there's going to be a pulse of energy that surges out of her body with her as the center. It's going to almost knock Fancy and Dutch flat on their asses. All the ingredients and even the stone that's in front of her kind of arranged scatter. And the ruby that she uses shatters in its place. And you have summoned the scrying spell. So the ring in front of you starts to float up and actually like goes right through the finger, like it's corporeal or something, and floats above you. And you're gonna see kind of a vision of something moving through the forest. It's gonna go through the cemetery. It's gonna walk through a couple of houses. It's gonna approach a red house. It's going to walk up the steps, and you're going to look down, and you're going to realize you're seeing through the eyes of Agatha. You're going to look down, and Agatha looks to have a short staff, or a short wand in her hand. And at the head of this wand is a wolf's head. But not to be confusing, it's not werewolf related. It's just an emblem of her family from this forest. But the staff is beautiful, and it's just made of pure crystal. She's going to walk up the steps of this house because it's on stilts, and she's going to open the door, and then it's going to be completely black. You're going to see nothing. You're just going to see the red house, and it kind of fade. You're going to kind of pull yourself out of that scene, and you're going to come back to normal. So you'll know exactly where it is. It's a red house next to the cemetery in the neighborhood.
We gotta go. Where is everybody? We gotta go now.
No. I'm going to bed, dude. We'll deal with that shit tomorrow.
You guys don't want to go to this house now? I just saw, and I explained. Can I take a second to explain that?
What part of this creepy ass town makes you think that we should do anything at night?
Do we know have we seen that house at all?
I don't believe so, but I don't know. DM, have we seen this house?
The only time a red house was brought up was the armory's son lives in a red house.
Okay.
But no one's seen it.
Bro, why was she going to his house, man? They're conspire.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It is like 100 degrees in this room right now.
Dude,
I am fucking melted. And I cannot do this any longer. I'm so tired and hot. But I love you all.
Yeah. One more giveaway, yeah?
We do. So a couple of minutes just to enter the giveaway. In the meantime, let me look at who's online to raid, because I kind of want to raid my homie if he's online. Anyway, exclamation point critical to enter the giveaway. A couple of the last bit of announcements that we had too. Some shout outs. Other Fabled 42 shows. Looks like we have Duke City Chronicles. That's a show I'm on, actually. That is every Friday. And then Heroes of Salon is every Wednesday, right? So it's tomorrow. So join them for tomorrow. And yeah, cool shit. Watch our YouTube channel, because there's a bunch of the older episodes on there and some fun stuff as well. This episode will appear on there in a few days. And then please subscribe, because it's awesome, and join our Discord. Okay, thanks.
Hells yeah, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and we're going to announce the giveaway winner right now.
Here we go.
Bishop.
Bishop! Woo! Congrats.
Right on.
Hey, Bishop.
Yeah,
Bishop, will your father still beat you if you won the giveaway?
Yeah, now he has to take it back.
Now he feels guilty for beating you. All right. Bishop, go ahead and in the Discord message me an address I can send the dice to, and we will send it over. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's go ahead and raid some folks. I'm gonna go ahead and raid. Damn it.
Let's do it.
Also, are we just gonna not notice that Butters drew the draft?
I fucking love that.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't draw anything.
It's perfect.
Wait, you drew Drac? Where is it?
Yeah.
I
Look at it. It's fucking awesome.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
It's Drac.
Can you post that in Discord?
Hey, Butters, is there a way to make the background transparent and we could put it on
Yeah, I can make a
character image?
PNG version. I just got fucking lazy. It's clipping mask stuff. I don't know. I was working real fast.
Oh, we got it.
No worries. Yeah.
We
That's
gotta
awesome.
raid. We're gonna raid Quest and Chaos.
Woo woo.
They're
Let's
fucking
go.
homies. And Bo's on there. Let's say hi to everybody. Okay. We're gonna
Bye,
raid
friends.
Woo woo.
Bye.
Let's raid.
See you next week.
now. Bye.